Bear with me as I use my computer left-handed as best I can.
Also, I'm realizing the limitation on the elemental thing is like I have to spend a Foki point at the start of my
To
turn.
trigger it for that turn, yeah.
Well, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh shit, okay, so you just channel it and then it just exists.
Like without concentration.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, it's insane. But I have to like spend that. It's not just like every hit ever, you know.
Alrighty.
Welcome to Selkirk.
Transcribed from the Calefactor to the Journal of Jaland, nephew of Audras, King of Jaland, dated 11/4/52, 2nd, 3rd, and 31st degree of the Platinum Season. We have been lost in the Alvar Forest for 3 weeks. At this point, our new allies in Pyrrhus probably think we are all dead. Roby and Jed have explored every square inch of this forest. You and I have tried to find this spring and have come up short. There is something that we are missing, some puzzle that we need to solve, but can't find or don't fully understand. Before we left, one of the yokai elders mentioned finding a breaking point and reforging anew as the key to finding the spring. I'm still pondering what that advice could mean, but it seems important. If it involved less walking through briars and hedges, I think I would be more interested in solving this puzzle. But my attention is still focused on exploring the Calefactor. According to the Kirikin lore found within, Ithaca, the Moon City, discovered the reliquar, the soul of Jaland, before the Jinn arrived. The sand that traveled in the wake of Ithaca condensed in the presence of the reliquar and formed the skylands of Jaland. The Kirin disembarked, bringing water stored within Ithaca's gemstones, and formed the springs. Thus the plants, the first form of life, began to grow, creating the paradise that Ja Adras and his Jinn companions later discovered. If this is the true origin of Jaland, it still leaves the question, where did the reliquar come from? What are its origins? Alright, I'm gonna jump us to another map. I'll show us this map once again, just to remind us of what Selkirk kind of looks like. It is an island of rock floating in an endless void of clouds and air. Completely surrounding, or kind of the perimeter of this habitable skyland is a kind of a mountain range that protects the inner parts of the skyland from the tempestuous winds that exist. Selkirk is found exactly in the center, and you guys were far north, kind of near this side of things, during our most recent session. You guys were still in the spring here at Selkirk. Where you had just recently saved the Kirin and rescued the spring from a curse. Specifically, Coakley kicked the cursed monkey creature off the waterfall and it plummeted to its death. But the healing spring's power revitalized, restoring this creature back to life. It grew a third head and you did battle with it once again. You were able to draw it out from the spring. You witness Jan using his own sortilege to create a wall of stone. Most notably, this spell that he used seemed more powerful than a typical wall spell would be able to conjure. So there is some type of added bonus that casting a spell through a sortilege grants an individual. We're able to defeat, I think, was it Moritaba? Who got the killing blow of our the three-headed monkey?
I think it was Moritaba.
Moritaba getting the killing blow of the three-headed monkey beast. You then took the corpse of the monkey beast, and I didn't show you this location, but I did create a map for it. to the other side of this cave where the spring is, out to the coast, kind of. And you see all this water here. You should imagine that as air instead. The beach, there's a kind of usually like a beach that surrounds the border, and this would be on the other side of that mountainous terrain around the border that protects the inner side. So on this side, you're kind of buffeted by wind, and you tossed the corpse of the cursed monkey into the wind, and it was wished away. Then you guys decided to head back towards the quarry of the kings. There you found the various statues of the jinn, some of them with faces that had been vandalized, I suppose, or destroyed at some point. 3 notable jinn with their faces carved, removed. This one. This one. And this one. Each one of a different size, going from large to medium to small. You're able to scale your way down. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, super interesting. Drakkar and the Ash Jinn makes sense why culturally their faces might have been damaged and scrubbed from history, but why Gen 2? That one's fascinating. But continue.
You're able to scale your way down to the bottom of the quarry. As you were exploring the quarry, however, you weren't as stealthy as intended. 2 of our characters have been cursed, and the conditions continue to linger on, and neither of them are able to hear, Telemachus and Moritaba. And they discovered a gemstone in the wall of this quarry. Telemachus was very excited about it. Moritaba climbed up, tried it out, but the 2 of you did alert your presence to the creature that has made this place its home. The dandelion emerges from its cave, and that's where we just ended. We just had rolled initiative. This creature also seems to be cursed as well as its. You can't hear its dandelion roar.
Look, Moritaba, it's roaring. Oh my god, I love the 3D statues.
Yeah.
The
I
3D,
mean-
the models, the hero
Yeah.
forges.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, you added some. I needed to scroll left on my screen. Those are sick.
Yeah, I just kind of put them. It's the right number and the size, just to give you kind of an estimate of what everything would be like. However, initiative has just started. I think we already rolled initiative, right? Or is this the wrong initiative?
No, I believe so. I do think we assorted this and then left off.
That is correct. All right. So,
And also,
dandelion is. Go ahead.
I think I had looked at everyone and like kind of like waved for your attention, or said I had a plan.
Well, the dandelion at the start of combat will use its action to take its noble roar attack, but once again, no sound is emitted, and it will instead use its bonus action to send spikes from its tails flying towards Telemachus.
Did I prep shield today? I did not. Time to raw dog some damage. Oh, that hits. I'm a 15.
16. Hold on, I did not mean to roll that with, so I will re-roll it. I don't know why it always just goes straight to toggling to advantage. So let me try that again.
Oof.
15 I still think hits. Yeah. For 3 piercing damage. And your movement is subtracted by 10 feet. Basically, you have, those little, like, The white parts of the
Are they?
dandelion. The seed part is launched at you, kind of like a
Like a cotton
cypress.
spore
Yeah, and it's sticking
Pokemon.
now out of your shoulder. Your movement is limited. Maybe it hits you in the thigh, so you're having a hard time moving.
I look at Moritaba and I say, "Ow." And then sweet.
And the dandelion is going to take its movement. It is going to climb up. Well, it can actually fly. It hovers. It uses its kind of tail as a levitating device. It's going to hop up and get some elevation on you all. Moritaba, you are up. Excuse me, Hypermoby, you are
Or
up.
Moby. Yep. Telemachus did, as we started to descend here, did suggest he had a plan and indicated with his arms or maybe voice too that he was going to do something, but I don't know necessarily that what I do affects that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and channel the last use I have for today of my innate sorcery. My mage armor already up and on, but now it just begins to almost sublimate from the very the physical manifested shadow of my armor, just drifting off of it all over, starts to billow dark steam. With my bonus action, and then I'm pretty far from him, and he's got an elevation, but I think I should still be able to reach, and I will cast my normal spell. I don't know that it's a bad thing to even just damage this thing, even if it's not necessarily hostile. Well, it's kind of hostile, but even if we don't need to kill it, I at least want to show it that we're a threat. So I will channel my magic through my sword staff, swing it through the air, and shear loose a crescent of prismatic energy, which should be at advantage from innate sorcery being active.
Crescent slice.
24 to hit, and I will
Certainly
roll
hit.
my rando dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good one. 8. 1, 2,
Ooh.
3, 4. 8 lightning damage. So again, the crescent of energy is just constantly changing form with the way the light hits that energy, and it just impacts with this bright white blue flash, and then you see lightning crackle over its form as the light passes through it. It's almost like a minor version of prismatic spray. I envision it.
Nice. A seemingly powerful magical hit, but as this electricity courses through this creature, you see some of it kind of dissipate into the ground around this creature. Somehow his body seems to shed off this electrical attack more easily than it should.
Okay, good to know. I will slightly reposition just for visibility, and I'll move over here, sort of wading through the water, and then I'll spend whatever movement necessary to sort of climb onto this rock. I'm sort of assuming it's a minor shift in elevation, but just to kind of get better visibility from behind where I was.
Just to let you guys know, I usually when I make like custom monsters, I really like having like resistances and weaknesses. So most of the characters, or I should say basically all of them, are gonna have at least a few damages and resistances to
Yeah,
them.
love it.
Or excuse me, weaknesses and resistances.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
All right. Anything
Wow, I
else for
didn't
you?
know that. Wow.
Nope, that'll be it for my turn.
Okay.
I am the furthest one away because I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I rolled an 8 on that die, it actually explodes. This is the first time that's happened.
Ooh.
So it'll just deal an additional 8 damage, or 4, which I imagine is reduced to 2, but a little extra damage on my exploding dice of Sorcerer's Burst. That's the first time this has
Okay.
happened.
When did you roll an 8?
Can you tell us
It's,
what that looks like?
yeah, so as it crackles through him and the light passes through him, but then the electricity just like sort of like, I imagine it just like it fades and just like a subsequent secondary burst of that same energy.
Very cool.
But that's all I got for my turn.
Oakley.
I am too far away to do anything meaningful as far as attacks. So I think what I want to do. Do I? Oh, sugar. Where? I'm gonna try and get up to him, up near him, and I forget what the patient to this.
You theoretically have a ton of movement to work with.
I do. I can get like 80 feet. I'm just trying to dodge.
Can you run on walls yet?
Honestly, I was like, can I Prince of Persia this? I was looking. I was forgetting the combinations of it. So because I can't dash and dodge at the same time.
Without a focus point. Oh, and I see what you're saying. Maybe disengage and dodge, dash and disengage. I see what you're saying.
I think I can get all three of them. But so here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to attempt to do. How high up is this ledge that he just went up to?
Probably 20 feet. And as you're, hold on a second, maybe 15. Let's say 15. And if you're moving past Jan will use his his reaction to try to interact with you. I don't know if you're planning on passing by him, but I just definitely want to make sure I note that. Before we start.
My plan, because I was so action dash, bonus action, disengage and dodge. So I'm doing all 3Ds with action, bonus action, focus point, and essentially I want to get up to like here to like hide behind this thing, and I feel like our general vibe is we're trying not to kill this thing that was also cursed. So I want to just get up, see if I can get up close to it. But yeah, so I would start running that ish way. Whoops. That ish way to like make to get up to here. I have 80 feet of movement that I can use.
As you pass Jan, as you sprint by, he is going to toss his staff towards you.
Ah!
And he's going to quickly say, remember, you control it, not the other way around. Tell Sora what to do. And he tosses it to you. Too old to be fighting dandelions.
I will catch it in a flurry, and I will try and use it as like a improvised climbing stick to bound up these stones if possible to get up to, I'd say up to like here.
As you grab onto the staff, again, it's like the roots, I guess, are these rhizomes grow out of the side of it and try to connect with your arm, the mechanics or the machinery, finding its way through plates, cracks, or different weld lines. And again, it's not, I guess it's kind of like telepathy. It's not really words, more like sensations that are kind of emoted to you from this creature. And you're starting, when you connect with this creature, this sorrel, you kind of get a sense that it is losing a little bit of respect for you, potentially. There's a little bit of like, yes, yeah. Because the last two times you've bonded with it, not necessarily losing respect, more so
Losing
it
interest.
thinks it's in command. No. Like it's seeing you as, oh, like this creature is going to be doing my bidding now, I guess is what you've got the sense that at first it was kind of like trying to like figure you out, but it's won this war of will with you a few times now. However, I'm going to give you another charisma check to see who is in command during this battle right now.
I'm also hovering over this heroic
And
inspiration.
yes, and I'm going to give you a little bit of stakes as well mechanically for this. If the staff wins again, it will no longer be a +2 weapon. It'll go down to a +1 weapon.
That tracks. Charisma?
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Oh,
Can't hurt rolling that again.
Because the heroic inspiration. Do I get to know if I win or
You
lose?
do not.
You-
Oh, then we will just re-roll that and see what happens.
Yeah, because I'm gonna wait.
No.
God,
I do like how
wish I wasn't doing
unnatural.
that.
I do like how unnatural it is to you. You're just such a machine. It's this plant, and
Yeah.
you just can't quite.
I mean,
Tim
narratively,
rolling a raw 19 also unhinged.
yeah. Narratively, a 7 and a 3 charisma for the robot makes sense.
Yeah. So again, you get this sensation. I feel like loss of respect probably wasn't the right term to use, but more so, this creature seems to be seeing you as the vehicle. You are its weapon, and it is the being that is doing the attacking.
It is
the
an
sense I
easily
get from it.
guided user.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of this, because you've been unable to bond adequately with this creature, it is now just a +1 weapon for now, at least.
Got it. Okay, I will continue my movement, if possible, up the hill to this log. Any sort of check for climbing this, or do I just lose path?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a dexterity, acrobatics, or athletics check.
Yeah, there it
There
is.
it is.
Let's put it there. Yes, you're able to scale the wall quite proficiently.
Wouldn't you know it? The things
However
I'm
you
good at,
want.
I rolled better at.
Yeah.
And I will just kind of crouch down there, holding the staff. I've taken the dodge action or dodge bonus action with
Dodge
my
bonus
fast
action.
check.
Okay. I don't know if you're necessarily you probably are out of sight at this point, but I wouldn't say you are hidden from this creature. It sees you kind of scaling this wall and hiding behind the log.
Yeah,
But
not
you
necessarily
are,
trying to hide. Yeah.
yeah. You definitely have cover from it at this point, and you are taking the dodge action.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Lucas, you are up.
So this thing's on me until I remove it.
Or another
Oh, that's a
one
free
would
action.
consider- If you succeed, it's
Permanent.
a free action. If you fail, it uses your action to remove it.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I will.
Otherwise, minus 10 to your movement.
Yeah, it's more than 30 feet away from me currently, correct? With the height.
15 feet up, and then it looks like at least 30 feet over.
Okay. If I use 20, I could get to like the base of the wall here, right?
Yep. Well, you
Sweet.
gotta kind of, yeah, I'll let you kind of squeeze between that like gap there. Yep.
I will use 20 to get here, and at that point, I'm not within 30 feet of it yet, am I?
That's a Pythagorean theorem question.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not, because that's the amount of math I'm willing to do here. Is just say, well, I'll just give up.
Yeah, it might be out of way, more than 30.
Okay. I'll
Pretty close.
use my action to dash and use 20 feet of movement to scramble up this wall, if possible.
I'm gonna make you make a acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm ready to make an athletics check. Or acrobatics check. 16 plus 5 is 21.
Scramble up the rock wall using your dash action.
And then I can move. Does it like how far? Oh, does it use any? Can I go there? Like, do I get my full movement and just am I allowed to? Okay, sweet.
20
Then
feet should get you right about there.
I'll do that, and I'll just get up close to it, ready to do stuff on my next turn. I don't think I have any bonus actions, so pass. I look at it and put my hands up and put my swords away and try to do like a calming presence. Like I approach slowly from coming up on the cliff.
We'll address that on its turn. Moritaba, you're up.
would be interested in trying this. That. Yeah, I am gonna run up and try and scale this wall.
15 feet and acrobatics or athletics check.
Don't let it scale you.
Nice.
Nice. All right. You guys are proficient at climbing rocks. Yep.
So that's about 25, and then I'll.
It's the meanest thing you've ever said to us.
I'll mantle up on this log and just have my spear at a ready position. And I think that's gonna be it.
Alright, Jen and Jan are chilling. When you guys take care of this situation, it is the Dandelion's turn. Telemachus, make a animal handling check for me, please.
Oh, absolutely. My forte. 2.
So, it charges you and is gonna smack you.
Should probably. Being a fighter with a second wind, you just feel invincible and you're just ready to fuck some shit up. I got 2 second winds.
That's crazy.
It's gonna claw strike you first.
Oh, I call out in a kind of surprising tone, and it's actually like a little musical, and I like sidestep really swiftly.
And then it's gonna try to chomp you.
Chomp, 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 chomp,
And then the
chomp.
song falters as it chomps my forearm that I hold up to defend myself.
9 damage.
Big
Almost
boy
rips
hit.
your arm off. Bites onto it, shakes.
I try to do the calming thing of not reacting and getting mad, and I like just kind of try to bear it, even though it hurts so fucking bad.
It was gonna launch its tail at Coakley, but Moritaba is now standing on the log, so it's gonna fire one at you instead. As its bonus action. 22.
Will do it.
2 piercing damage. However, your movement is reduced by 10 feet until that is removed. I can stack as well, so.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just gonna shift down a little bit, and it's gonna chill right here. Right in Telemachus' face. Moritaba, you're up. Or, excuse me. I've done that twice now. Hyper Moby, you are up.
I'm not super confident on what to do. So,
Hey, yes.
I think once on each of my turns. Yeah. Interesting. So what I think I'm going to do is take my action to dash, doubling my movement feet from 35 to 70, because I'm Goliath, so 35. So 70 feet of movement to hop down off this, run toward this rock, and climb up it. So it said 25 feet, but with some scrambling up and down rocks, I'm going to assume 30. Is that fair to get here so far?
If you can complete a acrobatics or athletics check for me.
Shouldn't be a problem for hyper movie.
This big bulky dude.
Yeah, this guy's strong.
I'm somewhat acrobatic. No, I'm not. So with a fail acrobatic, how does that affect my movement?
You are gonna be stopping your turn. Like you're not gonna be able to get up to the top of this at the end of your turn. So either you're gonna start kind of like, or you're gonna end. I'll let you decide. End prone on top of the rock, or end your turn not prone at the bottom of the rock.
Well, this is just super fascinating because I've used less than half my total movement so far. So it's just like, and this definitely affects what I want to do with my bonus action. Because what my bonus action was going to be was cast the jump spell as a bonus action to sacrifice 10 feet of movement to give myself a jump up to my allies. The results you just mentioned seem to mean that's not even a feasibility. Would you agree with that?
Not necessarily. So how much movement have you used? So you dash,
30,
right?
30 out of 70 so far. So I have a lot of movement left. So I'm curious, like, if I fall prone, yeah, getting up's going to waste some more movement, but I might be able to achieve what I want to
Yeah,
do.
you can. Yeah. So like, okay, so take another 15 feet to get back up.
Yep. Okay.
So you're
So
at
now I'm at 45 out of 70. And so now I'll channel some of the steam of my black steam form starts to go a little more natural toward my feet. And I just squat down, mutter an incantation, and then leap as I cast jump on myself that will linger on me for a minute. And I will sacrifice 10 feet to launch myself 30 feet up towards my allies.
Where
I'll
would you
get
like to go?
Yeah, I'll land right here, closer to it than far.
Okay.
And then I'll use like the final 5 feet just to try and scramble up on top of this log. And that'll do it for my turn.
You and Mortaba balancing on either ends of this log, I guess? No, you're kind of like in the middle, so. Alright. Coakley, your turn.
I breathe easier knowing that hyper movie's here.
Okay.
Sure. Sure thing. I am going to.
Army crawl on the other side of this.
I don't know. I'm gonna try and get his attention because I see that fucking Telemachus is about to lose an arm. So I am. I think as I'm going, I'm actually
It'll
gonna be
heal
doing...
back.
Sure. I don't know this. As I'm running along the log, I'm actually like trying to get the attention of the thing, so I'm like slapping the staff on the log as I'm going along, mostly because I think Coakley is also a little pissed at this stick for exerting its dominance over him. So he's just
Yeah.
like tapping the log, and I will get over to just over here. I don't think not in flanking position, but I will. I'm mostly just gonna try and like go for, I don't want to call them weak spots, but like I'm trying to hit this thing's funny bone in its back legs to like annoy it and get its focus on me for the moment.
And your little staff buddy is gonna give you a direction once I find.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have to listen to him. 'Cause even though it thinks it's in control of your body, you are still in control of yours.
Plus, if he's going to be a +1, you're less incentivized to listen.
Yes. So large. No, this thing is huge.
It is unfortunately huge. I remember that.
It's gonna try to get you to use the Vex property. Give your allies advantage on their next attack roll against it. So, I guess kind of similar to what you were imagining, kind of distraction-wise, maybe smacking it like on the back of the leg to get it to turn towards you, giving your allies potential advantage. Do you listen to the commands of the stick?
I do, but only because it's in line with what Koklu is already thinking, and he consistently keeps thinking like, "Good idea. This was my idea. Good idea. This was my idea." And
They're
I
agreeing, but
will
they're not agreeing.
Yeah, we're
correct.
more on the same page than you think. Yeah.
And I'll take a swing. 11. The War of Minds makes my attack miss.
Yeah,
This is
no,
definitely the day to whiff.
that is a miss.
And I'll try and just do like 2 low kung fu kicks at the back leg with my flurry or my offhand, my unarmed strikes. Jesus. First kick 23
23 does hit.
with 5 bludgeoning and a 20 for 8. Oh, I have to
20
reroll that. I have to reroll both of those really quick. Get out of here. Oh, 1d6.
Do you re-roll for Savage Attacker? Do you re-roll every attack or just once per turn?
MK?
Oh, yeah, both of you guys have
Savage
that.
Attacker, once per turn when you hit a target with a weapon, you can roll the weapon's damage dice twice and use either roll.
I'm not rerolling anything right now.
Yep.
13 bludgeoning.
Oh, that's funny too. Interesting.
So it's just weapons. Got it. All right, 13 bludgeoning damage. Got it. You kick this thing in the leg. Give it a little calf kick.
Little calf kick.
And that is my turn. I will stand there with the staff and try and get his attention away from my bloodied
Staff is
compatriot.
and send you a message of disappointment.
I will
Bad
send
job.
you right back.
Telemachus, you are up. You just had your arm mauled by a giant lion.
I am writing a poem.
That's Mike, not Telemachus.
What?
No, Telemachus says that. I can't complete the rhyme though. So, I want to give context for what I'm about to explain, because if you don't have context, it might sound super weird. But in the Silmarillion that I was just reading, Luthien is an elf, and she's like a really powerful one. And a lot of the Silmarillions, the battles between the two characters that are on screen, like Sauron versus Luthien, they take place as song. And so, like, song has this like mythical element to it, and you sing of the things that like inspire you most, and the magic of your song kind of comes back from the memories that you're singing about. And so I rest my arm free from the thing's jaws, and as I like get the blood off, the wrist almost comes off because I'm super low HP now. And Telemachus will start dancing in place, little cloven hoof feet, and he will start chanting a poem or like a poem song. And as he does, the little amulet got crystal on his neck starts to glow, and then his antlers start to glow as well, and his eyes glow, and they kind of like this like blue purple cloudiness that is also emanating from the antlers and the crystal. And you won't hear all of it because he's really actually kind of nervous and unsure as he's saying it, but he'll say, "The giants rest after lifting the world, the winds snooze after running loose, may you sleep," and then it kind of falters. But instead, for flavor wise, I don't really like Tasha's Hideous Laughter as Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I think it's a stupid flavor ruiner. So I'd like to cast the Kieran sleep and try to make him snooze instead of laugh and fall unconscious. He has a 13 whiz save to do.
Ooh, okay. $13 whiz save coming right up.
I feel like the power's out of my hands when I let you roll. Save DC versus attack roll. It's like it's an illusion of control, but I mean I can't use heroic inspiration on that.
True.
This is why we didn't need silvery barbs.
So the dandelion, hearing your tune, closes its eyes lies down, and begins to slumber.
Hell yeah. So if we damage it, it can remake that roll, and at the end of its turns, it can remake that roll. And he's snoozing on the ground. The target gets advantage on the save if it was triggered by damage. On a successful save, the spell ends. I'm gonna, with my object interaction, take out my rope and gesture to Coakley and say, "Can we get its paws real quick?" And then I'll use my bonus action, and as I like kneel down to next turn start helping with that, a puff of mist is going to come out of my amulet, and I will use a bonus action to recover some HP. And with my Kieran wins then I will pass the turn.
Very cool.
I rolled a
Alright.
10, 11 HP back.
Holy shit!
Nice.
Great.
That gets me to
turn.
almost a full.
Moritaba. You see the dandelion. A circle about. Lie down. Start to snooze. It rolls over on its back. Its paws in the air. It's having a nice little dream.
I will go 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna, as my friend is being clever in how we handle this, I will focus on aiding him, and I will attempt to yank the Subsella out of Telemachus.
Oh, thanks. I gesture. You can take my rope if you want. But I appreciate that help too. It hurts. It's in my calf.
Alright. So, strength save? Or strength,
I think it's a
yeah,
12.
save.
I'll go look.
At least 12. Free interaction if you are successful. Yep. So you just
Oh!
pluck it right out. Does not take your action.
Can I try another one? Because I have one plunged in me.
No, only one object
per turn,
interaction per
but it
turn.
just isn't
Yeah.
utilizing my action. That's totally cool.
Does yep. Yep.
Since that didn't take my action, I'll take my last bit of movement since I am.
You could use your action to take out the one. But it wouldn't be a
Okay.
free interaction.
Okay. I am gonna try and hold that off to next time, and I will use my action to take the rope from Telemachus and start binding the dandelion.
Okay. I'm gonna make you make a check of some type. Probably dexterity based. You make a dexterity, just a general dexterity check for me. See how quickly you can start wrapping the paws in rope.
Yeah, I'm more than happy.
I'll say you
It's
are
weird
able
that
to bind. Go ahead, Toblerone.
it's just really
Telemachus.
specific to have a visual for this, but if you think of Aslan on the stone table, that's totally what this is giving. It's like, oh yeah, I
Mhm.
do have memory of a lion getting tied up before.
Mhm.
I'm imagining you started with its front paws, so you have successfully tied its two front paws together. If you want this thing to be successfully bound, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to have the back paws, its mouth, and its tail all bound in some way as well. So 25% of this lion is captive right now.
Hell yeah!
Nothing for bonus action. That will be my turn.
The hell?
What?
Oh,
How is this even possible?
insane.
Why? All right. Jay and Jan. Straight chilling. They're gonna move up, kind of down to here. They dash to get to the bottom here. And Jan's gonna call up, and say that, a dandelion. Typically not an aggressive creature. You said you mentioned that you fought it before. It would be best
Yes.
to best to bind it like you are doing there. You wouldn't want to harm this creature. They are typically good at keeping rats from infesting Skylands. Our natural enemies, Jalandi rats and dandelions. The town will be upset if you were to slay this beast.
Jan, I'll call down if I have the opportunity in between combat, but I'll just say this dandelion is accursed by a is threatened by a curse.
Cursed.
The healing magics and sortileges you have bestowed upon me, is there any way I can retrieve them from the depths of my being and try and extract that curse from this creature?
With the blessing of Odros, maybe it is possible. Our statue is not far. You will need to pray at it, regain the sortilege.
Very well.
We should bind the dandelion first, and then see if we can heal it.
I'll just nod my head in acknowledgement of my new task.
Dandelion's up. It gets to make another wisdom save.
Oh no.
It's the end of his turn, right, Mike?
That might not be real. What that part? That
Might not be real.
at the end of each of its turns and each time. Yep.
Okay. So its turn is wasted. However,
I am
it
on
gets a
my
roll.
Oh my gosh, such a good roll. Not a whole lot we can do about
Dandelion
that.
awakes. It is on its back. It is prone. It gets no action or movement. It does have its 2 paws bound. Hypermoby, it is your turn. You guys have actually one more turn to get this thing wrapped up.
I specifically didn't use jump to get up there, so I could have 2 spell slots to do this twice.
Amazing. That's awesome. I'm maybe I see you muttering an incantation trying to affect your will again. Maybe I just don't have faith in our ability to bind this thing and that be the means with which we tame it. So I'm going on my new task. Can I identify at a cursory glance which of these statues is Odros?
I took a guess.
Indeed, you can. You are correct. It is that one.
Oh, nice, because this is in theory the father or mother of the 3, and this is the
Mommy.
mother of the 2 of Jiri.
This is
And
Amos Odros.
I'm sorry,
1,
I'm
2,
not more
3,
serious
4, 5,
sometimes.
6. I will action dash again. So giving myself 70 feet of movement. I'm going to potentially risk something. Jump off the log, run around the beast, and I'll start making my way here with 40 feet of movement so far. Is it going to swipe at me with its tail or its hind legs or anything?
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a little kind of like a donkey kick at you as you go by with its non-bound back paws.
Okay.
It'd be like that.
10 will miss, so I'm able to sidestep it in my sprint. So I've used 40 feet of movement. I have, if I sacrifice 10 feet of movement, I can get up to a 30-foot jump, but that seems to be too far for this.
Quite a big distance there, yeah.
So I really need to figure out a way. I mean, I don't know if I can pray from here. It seems like a more get closer to it before I can pray type deal. So rather than trying to split the jump here and potentially fall into the water below, can I just try and start climbing straight up? And wait, yes. Can I use
So I'll kind of
20
help you out
feet
with
of
this.
movement? Yeah.
So Jan will have indicated, and and this is my intent, is that like if you were to head to the bottom of the section, like down here, this would be
Okay.
the suitable prayer area
Almost like
because
a
like you
prayer
kind of have to.
table here.
You gotta also this map isn't perfect, but it's basically this big wall of these statues, right? They're kind of all staggered on this like giant rock face, and this down here would be like directly beneath all of them, right? So this
Okay.
would be the access point to viewing as close as you could get to all of the statues.
Love it. Love that. So with that, I'm willing to take some fall damage. I sprint, sacrifice 10 feet of movement to just jump as far as 1040, landing in the water here-ish. So I just sprint off the edge, gathering steam at my feet, launching myself 30 feet off in that distance. I assume I need to make some check on the falling portion of that.
Absolutely. Acrobatics, please. Or athletics.
Better this time, but still a drop.
Yep. So you'll take half damage from this. 2 damage. You do not get knocked prone. You are able to stay on your feet and make your way that
40,
final bit of the distance.
50, sacrificed 10 for 60. So I have 10 feet left of movement. So I will, if possible, scramble up to the base of that table. That's all I can do with my turn, though. I'll begin the process of looking upward and identifying Odor's a statue, but I'm assuming prayer check will have to happen next turn, potentially.
Sounds
That'll
good.
do it for me.
Okay.
I am going to try and wrangle up. I see
I'm gonna give you
more
the rest of the rope.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I take the other length, the rest of the rope from Mortava, and I will attempt to wrangle these hind legs that I punched before. Oh, actually, wait a second. Let me wait. Because get out of here. Unarmed strike. Grapple. I would like to first use my bonus action. Wait, I need. How could a monk be so confusing? They don't do magic.
Their magic is all the
Yes.
things you can do on your turn.
It's more of I'm trying to remember like when I can do what. So I can just make a bonus action unarmed strike. And
Which is better than 2014.
I'm out of my focus points because I used that last turn to make those 2 attacks. Okay, I am going to bonus action unarmed strike with the intent of grappling just the leg, just that one or both hind leg. Because it's a huge creature, I know I can't grapple the entire thing, but I want to make a bonus action unarmed strike to try and grapple the hind legs of this thing.
Hind legs. Got it. The staff will give you a different idea because, you know, grappling is not using it, so it wants you to instead sap this
Love
creature.
this fucking stick.
It wants you to smack it on the back of the head to disorient it, giving it a disadvantage on its next attack.
I will no, I'm not gonna. I will first say, hold a moment. In my head, I will say, I will, not what's imitate, innate. What's the word? Intonate in my head, patience as a feeling towards the stick, and I'm gonna try and just use like a combination of my knee and my other hand to try and grapple the legs.
No
Go
patience.
ahead and make your check.
19.
Work.
Ooh, okay. The hind legs of this beast have been grappled. You are 50% of the way there to restraining this creature fully.
And now I will I will think different plan, and I will grab the rope from Moritaba, and as I'm doing it, I'm just gonna try and like put the stick in the ground, but like put the rope around it as like a good anchor, and then I'm gonna try and just wrap up the legs that I've got grappled and pinned beneath me. Oh, also,
Ooh.
sorry, before I do that, he gets to make a DC.
Oh, contest your grapple.
Yeah, the unarmed strike is to like, can I hit it first? Then he gets to make a DC 13 strength or it gets to choose either strength or dex saving throw.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it at disadvantage because it is prone here, already partially restrained. It will be using its strength.
Oh.
An 11.
Coakley, cheers.
Haha, my arms are very much in use right now. And now I will try and just rope up the legs. I don't know using what though, as far as a roll goes.
You will make a dexterity check with advantage because you have it grappled.
Haha. I feel like I hear the stick say, "Should have listened to me."
Oh, you already used
Yeah.
inspiration. That's
You
funny.
still have it grappled, but the rope, you're unable to like kind of manipulate it in time to get this creature's legs
Trying
tied
not with
together.
one hand. Okay, I will.
And it's like kicking, you know what I mean? It's like it's trying to upkick you, and it's so you're like grabbing these two like giant limbs.
Changing a diaper on a kicking child.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I will. I will stand there and I'll just put my weight on the legs and say, "I could use some assistance," and end my turn there.
Yeah, and the stick again, disappointment.
My turn.
Limicus, you're up.
I'll help with that, and I continue my dance, and my song and poem, and I chant, "The stones of old have their the stones of old have their beds. Your bones too know the tune of rest. May your eyes meet Mary, and I know no need to parry." And then I'll cast my Kieran sleep again.
Harry.
Parry. I don't want to have to draw my sword.
All right, wisdom check. Wisdom
Yeah.
save.
13. What would I roll if I was you? Oh, I rolled a 10. No, it's disadvantaged.
Why was it be? I don't think it's disadvantaged. I
No,
should not have
you
rolled
rolled
that.
it. Yeah, sorry.
All right, reroll. I'm sorry for this.
Fuck me.
Does there exist anything that can be done?
I know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, I feel bad.
Fail
A 15 would have
Well,
made.
Heroic Inspiration's only on our own checks, too. It's not even
Yeah.
like we could lucky
Dice
it.
we roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't use Tactical Mind.
Could just give it disadvantage because I was so clever with my poems. Can reward a player. Gimme. I have nothing.
A very successful
Why not?
strategy. Holy shit!
That way your first roll just
I
works.
feel, I'm confident he's gonna pass it though.
Are you a 13 DC?
Yeah,
Holy shit!
I am.
The nice poem and dance, since you actually made a poem with it and you actually made a rhyme. The only reason why I'm giving you advantage on it.
There's so many rhymes in it too, internally. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can admire my quick limericks. Sick. Well, I just do my cool Kieran dance, and I'm really stoked about it. I will use my object interaction to rifle through Coakley's bag because I remember that Moritaba used his rope already. So I'll just pull out another rope. Actually, I'll use my object
I have loose rope over the legs that I just didn't finish tying right now. If you
I
want to
used
use
my action already, and I think that would be an action.
okay.
I have a different plan. I'm going to take my backpack, object interaction, dump it out, except for the rations, and be ready to smush it onto the thing's face in a second as like a kind of like a
muzzle,
a muzzle with rations in it to make it happy.
Oh, interesting.
Feed bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be my next turn, and then that's all I do.
Okay. Moritaba, you're up.
Sorry, I kind of tuned out. You
I-
put it to sleep.
Yep.
And
And I'm ready to take its mouth out next turn if I can. But
Okay.
and you guys can. You have two. Oh, you have legs and a tail still to deal with.
let's
Upside
see
down.
if I can knock out both of those. I will start by moving through Telemachus 10.
So stone's an old rhyme. Stone's and bone rhyme.
You
Old
think
and no rhyme.
stone's an old rhyme?
No, stone's old. Yeah.
What?
Internally, it's a O sound. Stone's old. The assonance is the rhyme I'm talking about.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Slant rhyme if I've ever heard one. You think? Wait. You think that's the Schwinn?
I'm trying to see what did we find out on moving through.
And you can move through your allies.
You could pass through the space of an ally, a creature that's in capacity, or a creature 2 sizes larger.
Fuck it. Thunderwave.
But it's 2 sizes larger than you.
Yes, but then it's difficult terrain. I can't get that far. Do I need to move to help Coakley out with tying the hind legs?
I mean, you could get to this side of it to help.
Oh yeah, you can move through his space. Oh, but difficult terrain. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. Oh, because of the Cipsella in you. That's true.
Dude, do I really have to start by trying the Cipsella? I guess I do. So I'm gonna have to yank.
Oh yeah,
But you can take.
Worth trying because it might not. Yeah.
You can work on the muzzle here.
That's true. You could help Telemachus with the muzzle piece.
Anything we can do.
Oh, dude.
That's nice.
Yoink. Yeah, yank out that Cipsella.
So now feeling that I can walk again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm now here with my robot friend who is humping the leg of this animal.
Friend is strong. We barely know the guy, but.
And I will
Coakley's like,
help
thanks.
him bind the hind legs.
Alright, I'll give you advantage on this. 2 reasons. Because you got Coakley helping you out, and also because you just rolled a natty 20.
Dex check, yes.
Yeah, acrobatics, athletics. Or no, just dex.
I
happening?
have a heroic inspiration.
All of you guys
Snap.
rolling these same things, low rolls on advantage is crazy.
That's wild.
Seeing that green next to 2 reds is horrendous.
I'm expecting
Balance.
it to re-roll one of the die, so I don't get to re-roll with advantage.
I agree. I think it. Yeah, never mind.
It's just, yeah, one of them.
Oop.
A 15 will do it. The hind legs are now bound. It can no longer make its claw attacks. It can still bite and throw Cipsillas at you guys, but...
And you see that Moritaba is not even close to being done, and he will action surge
Woo!
and start going for the tail.
Let's go.
How does it feel?
Sorry, I'm not even close to done.
How does it feel?
Advantage again on check.
Because it is restrained, yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
Tail, you wrap up its tail, tie it up. I'm assuming kind of like it's 4 legs and its
All 4
tail
legs
are
and tail have come into this bundle
hog tied. Yeah, now it's just its head is sticking out.
You use its tail to help tie the legs.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like
Oh,
in
yeah.
true like Looney Tunes fashion.
Yep.
And I will end my turn there.
Sweet. Jay, chillin'. Jan, well, shout out to Telemachus. You truly must not know much about dandelions. They are photosynthetic. They do not eat food.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Rude.
And also really
It's
cool.
offering some advice.
Also, what a wonderful life experience to not have to eat food.
And wisdom check, I think, yeah? Wastes its turn. Sleeping. Tries to wake
No.
up.
Dude.
Wakes up. Wasted its turn though. Eyes are open once again.
So tired on magic.
This thing's teeth are kind of its only threat right now. It can't even roar at us, so
Yes.
it's just starting to gnash around.
Yeah. But it is Hypermoby's turn now since all of its actions were used already.
I will summon my sword staff. Step one, step forward onto the center of this sort of prayer table rock. Slam it into the ground, which kind of doesn't physically have a form, my sword, but functionally I slam it into the ground and it hovers there. And I reach up with my arms wide and I plea to the Mother God, the Wind Weaver, Mother of Jiri, and the lost Drakkar. Lend me your aid once more and allow me to channel your healing magics through me. And I pray to it, to her.
Just your charisma, right?
Yes.
Make a spell check for me using your charisma modifier. It's kind of like a religion check using charisma.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
But I will give you advantage. Jan will shout out to you. The Jinn are here with us now. I can feel their presence.
Charisma roll.
Do you have an advantage on ability checks with innate sorcery or anything like that?
No, just advantage from what Tim described, but a 13. Actually, wait. Oh, I don't have Heroic Inspiration. There's nothing else I can do. 13 is the reigning.
Yeah. And are you specifically asking for a way to cure?
Yeah, so I
curse?
guess I can inform some specificity. I asked to channel her healing magic through me once more through this sortilege. I seek to, and I'll clarify, I seek to aid a creature, ridding of it of the curse that has befouled it.
We found.
All right.
Turned it into
You feel the sortilege inside your winnow, your inner lungs, kind of ignite and burn. You will receive some magic, but that roll was not enough to get potentially help everyone that you know that is cursed. You will receive 3 uses of the remove curse spell from the sortilege. It can be used 3 times.
Wow.
Thank God.
As I feel my lungs ignite with light and healing, could I flavor it as if now when I speak, I'm this roiling shadowy form, but when I open my mouth and breathe, could we flavor it as if just trails of light are coming off my very breath from within?
Ooh, yeah, for sure. Love it.
Fuck yeah. I don't waste any time. I feel success. I nod in appreciation to Odros. And then I start booking it. I had already used 5 feet of movement, but I will use 20. I'm not going to be able to dash. I assume that prayer effort was an action. So I'm going to just start running this way, and I will sacrifice 10 feet of movement to jump. I'm probably not going to be able to. Ooh, maybe 25 over 25 up. That's probably more than 30. I'll just try and
Yeah.
get closer. So I'll just start the process of next turn. I'll be able to probably get up there, but for now, I just close the distance to the wall. So that's my turn.
Sucks for Shim and the Sinnohs. Or for, Telemachus, Moritaba potentially. Who knows who Moby's going to use these on.
There are 4 known targets and 3 uses, so that's fodder for fun potentially.
Yes.
But
I'm
cool. That'll do it for me.
Okay, you are up.
I am going to.
Oh, the staff instantly in your mind, you see a picture of it, and it is of it, you holding it, and then you smacking yourself on the head with the staff.
Yeah, I figured. I figured. Um,
Jesus.
I did Telemachus get the bag on yet? Sorry,
No, I'm standing ready.
okay. I will. I'm tempted to just throw the staff, but I will run over to where am I? Right here. To Telemachus, hopping over the log, and I'm gonna try and Telemachus, when do you go? You go in
Your
next?
turn. Next.
I'll use my action to oh no, I will do what I did last time. I will bonus action unarmed strike attempt to grapple just the mouth of this dandelion to repeat what I did to just like do a bear hug around the upper and lower jaws.
All right, roll your attack.
Unarmed strike attack first, 19 to hit.
Nice.
It is a
It
DC
doesn't do any
13.
damage, right? It's
Right.
just the damage replaced by the grapple. Okay.
You can help me get it on now if you want. I have something else to do on my turn if you want to help with the action.
Oh, I actually do damage. It does. Sorry. You make an attack
Oh,
roll
it
against a
does?
creature. On a hit, I deal 1+. It says strength, but I'm assuming I do 1+ dex for my
You boop
attack.
it in the nose.
So it is 4 bludgeoning damage.
That's a boo.
On
Got
a
it.
hit,
And then I rolled an 11 to try to escape.
which is under my DC 13 check. So I'm shush, 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 quiet, 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 quiet. It's like what we do to Archie when he's
Tough.
barking and just hold his mouth shut.
Yeah.
Like 2 hands there.
Yeah, Griff, no, and I will Telemachus, some rope, please, or a bag, please, and I will end my turn.
Speaking of which, Telemachus, you are up.
Okay, I do want to do 2 actions in one, but one of them's just kind of for fun flavor. So the main thing I want to do is get I'll use my action to get the bag on, but I look at Jan, or I think, and I dump out the thing, and as I'm getting the bag on, I would like to put my light cantrip on the bag. Sass of like, well, give it a snack then, and that's all. And then,
Oh, that's funny for the light. That's really
yeah, for
funny.
the light, I want to make this. I'm gonna look at him and be like, fine, you called me a fool, and then I'll use my action, and then my bonus action and movement. I'm also willing to like give up. I don't need to do anything but this turn.
That's
Yep.
funny.
Now I'm
the
suddenly
light-
wondering, like,
Is the light
what?
cantrip UV based?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
right.
Is it UV or infrared or a specific wavelength that they eat and photosynthesize with,
It
or
is
is it
magic.
any light? Like that's a super wow. The mechanics of that are
Such
super
fucking
interesting.
nerds.
The ability to not think of those questions must be like such a blissful experience.
Yeah.
You name a
My
cantrip
answer is
light, and
yeah.
I'm like, what kind?
My answer is it's magic, so it's whatever I need it to be.
That's
I'm
hysterical.
gonna use the light cantrip to give this guy skin cancer.
Jesus.
All right, is this with advantage because of Steve?
Yes.
Okay, is this just a dexterity check?
Dexterity check, please. Yep.
Oh, dirty 20.
Yay!
All right. You wrap up its maw in this hood. It's a little light snack, and you have successfully restrained this creature that is now unable to escape, unable to move. Dandelion is helpless.
And then I spend the rest of my turn rubbing it, trying to make it understand that we're not going to do any more damage to you now.
Make an animal handling check again.
Oh god. What? A nat 9. No! Yeah, 9.
Yeah, it is like thrashing about, but it is secure. It is unable to escape, but it is not very much not happy being restrained like this.
Moritaba.
However, that will be the end of combat. We are again able to move about this location without needing initiative. Dandelion restrained completely. Jay and Jan will slowly climb up, take a look at this creature. Jan will mention, it was good of you all to restrain this creature instead of killing it. Like I mentioned, the people of Selkirk, very long ago, brought this creature here to protect the village from rat infestations.
In a rush
Sounds
of
as though the
wind,
people here, at one point, were worried about this beast attacking people, but we know the truth now that it was the curses. It was not this beast. We have a few options. We can give this creature to the wind, or we can free it before we leave, maybe at a safe distance. Not sure if we'll ever be able to befriend it, though. It does not seem too happy right now.
in a rush of wind, jumping from below with jump spell magic still active, I will land up behind the beast. And I'll just say, our options are limited by the promise I have just made to the Wind Weaver. And as I'm speaking, again, light sort of escaping from my mouth and trailing away. And I will let my dread iron form fade, shedding any dark visibles right now. And I will lean down, and my spell sword form of the dark shadow will also fade just into my gold scepter. And I will hold the scepter in front of myself. And as I pray, light trails from my breath and just wraps the scepter.
Ooh.
Prepare to loose its bindings, to show it we are its allies if this is successful. And I will reach out, touch the scepter to the dandelion, and attempt to cast Remove Curse.
All right. I don't think there's any saves or anything like that with Remove Curse, so the Remove Curse is successful, and as you lift this creature from the curse, it's not completely muzzled, so you hear it start to make noise. It growls, I guess, and making cat noises, lion noises that are muffled by the hood. Curse has been removed. Your light dims slightly, the breath, the light that comes out of your mouth.
Now, unfortunately, I have availed it, I assume, of its roar. But I am hopeful that it will feel the presence of its affliction leave it. Are you all willing to take the risk of removing its bindings?
Why don't we finish our business here at the statues first?
We can do so, of course. But I mean to have a deeper conversation with you all. And that is not something we can do in a quick prayer or two's time.
I also can't hear you.
Yeah, so that's fair that you still say that, and I'm still sort of targeting.
Telemachus, as I've said.
I will kind of review my breath, and I will think of Shim, but make a judgment call of effectiveness. And I will make a prayer to the scepter. Light will imbue it from my breath, and I will try and remove curse on Telemachus and on Moritaba.
Telemachus first, I'm assuming. Cast it on him. Telemachus. Your hearing works once again and the light dims. And then after the final casting, you feel the burning, the sortilege, the warmth inside your winnow, your inner lungs fade and dissipate. And your sortilege is used up.
I'll just glance over to the statue of Odros and nod in appreciation. Are we willing to take the risk of loosing this thing's bindings and avail it of its freedom? Or do we want to keep it restrained with, it looks like quite an effort, for minutes or longer?
I do believe it'd be more receptive to us if we actively removed the binds.
That is my hope, certainly.
Did any of us need to pray at those statues, though, still?
Oh, did we need a picture of one of those first?
That's what I'm just saying. We could conclude our business and then release it. So it's not mauling us as we try to do what we're here to do.
Again, Telemachus, I fear you didn't hear me with my previous assertion, but I mean to spend more time than a couple of moments at these statues with Jan and with our traveling companion, Jay.
Then I'll get ready to take the muzzle off.
I will, I'll take out my little gong hammer and hit my back to get my hands vibrating in the comforting motion that I used for the child, I forget his name, to attempt to like reverse purr at this giant cat to keep it a little calm as the binds and muzzle are removed.
As you all see to its bindings, I will hold my crucible in front of its head so that its curse-repelling essence will perhaps remind the creature of the aid we have granted it.
Jan says, this is indeed the most noble route to take. Releasing the beast now will lessen the pain it receives. However, if it should turn on us, know that we may have to slay it. I must go down to those statues and pray. So, if this does not work, are you all willing to kill this beast?
Sure.
I am willing to kill this beast and any rats it may have thwarted in the future as well.
I will nod in agreement.
All right, then.
So I'll sort of indicate for you guys to grab that leg, tail, Telemachus and or Coakley, whoever's holding the maw, get ready. And I want to turn my Curse Crusher's Crucible to the bubble flame setting and just gently get in front of the beast's sight when available and just gently hold the bubble flame up to its nose, just as sort of a reminder of curse repellent energy. Maybe it's familiar with it, maybe it's not, but the fact that we remove the curse and bear that power with us, I just am hopeful that will kind of be a welcoming presence.
Anything else anybody's doing?
I'll cast. Who does have the best animal handling? Is anyone better with creatures than me? I keep saying it's my forte, but I am lying.
It might be me. I'm at a
well.
I'm at a +2. Yeah.
Coakley, where you at?
+2.
I'll cast.
Well, let me explain how this is going to work mechanically. You can cast guidance on Coakley for sure. I'm going to make it a group check. So, is there anything anybody else is doing to kind of reassure this creature? Hypermoby is. I've got the idea that, he's proving that he was the one to remove the curse. Is there anybody else doing anything specifically before I make you guys make a group animal handling check on this?
I am hitting my gong, going into comforting, vibrating mode to soothe the creature as it's lying there.
Getting music. Got it. Okay.
Also, should we clarify? Does anyone have heroic inspiration? I do not. Available for this.
I do not.
Okay. I kind of like that. This feels like a real happenstance check deal.
Telemachus, Moritaba, any actions you'd like to take before?
I'll guidance myself on animal handling. And then I will. Oh gosh, I don't have much. I'm gonna be ready to take off the backpack, and I will come up with a poem, a little song to sing to it, and just like try to go along with the music.
I don't have any way to prepare for the best outcome, so I'll prepare for the worst outcome, and I will use my breath of life to suffuse myself with energy in case this goes south.
That's fair.
Animal handling checks. Hypermobi, you'll make yours with advantage for removing the curse on this creature.
Oh my god, I got a nat 20 and a 4 in my guidance.
Guidance for you.
That's a 24.
Oh, 21 total.
That one.
Yeah. So canceling out 21, and then Moritaba.
I have a tactical mind I'm ready to use on this. So let's add a d10 here.
Do you get to add your fighter level to it, or is it just pure D10?
Please roll over it too.
It could be a 9, it could be an 18.
Oh my god, at
A
least you
10.
made it 2. At least you
So
made
nat
2.
20 and a nat 1, a 21 and a 10.
Holy
Wow.
literal average.
Okay. You guys you untie the ropes, you remove the hood, you all step back as this creature.
Quickly startles it by zapping it instead of buzzing
it. It whips about, kind of on its haunches. Fur sticking up, and it looks at you all, recognizes the fact that you could have slayed it, killed it quite easily. It is going to flee. Gonna hop down the water and then run into its cave and disappear from sight.
Well, that could have worked out worse. I believe
Indeed.
I believe we've earned the right to investigate some statues now.
I think you're
Should we
right
buy-
about that.
Can we buy a brick though?
I will grant you all heroic God damn it. Heroic inspiration
Yes.
for not
Not
slaying the
slaying it.
dandelion. And
I think that was such a worth it risk of like you're gonna have to kill it or you kind of get your way. Oh, that was stressful, and that's D&D, baby.
So we'll take a bio break in just a moment, but Jan's going to say something that I want you guys to think about over the bio break. Jan's going to say really quickly that the Jinn are here. I can sense their presence. The fact of it is the sortilege that Moby was granted. The rest of you will not be able to gain a sortilege today. You will need to find some type of vessel to hold it in. But it doesn't mean that we shouldn't take this opportunity to pray to the Jinn. Each of you should find a statue that you feel may be connected to you. It may be worthwhile. It may lead to future blessings from the Jinn. I myself will pray to the statue of Amos, but each of you should find a different statue to pray to. And he'll hop down and head over to the statue of Amos. And when we return, we can see where everybody else goes.
Like, sounds great.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
need a refresher on the pictures to help put it all together. But yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Meow mix, meow mix. Is it a
Please
Diet
deliver.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, and so teeny tiny too. That's baby Diet Dr Pepper to
Oh
you.
yeah, that's sorry, yeah. That's for Finn and D-Man. Baby Diet Dr. Pepper. Wee. Here we go.
How's Cart been treating you?
I literally have it in my hand right now because I wanted to finish the
Amazing.
race that I was in the middle of.
That's fine.
I just unlocked a costume for Waluigi where he has a cape, he is super pale, and he has fangs, and it is called Wampire.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
I got that and I was like, this alone is worth it.
Yep.
This alone worth the price
That's
tag.
incredible.
The races feel amazing. They're super fun to play. There's so much to like learn about these tracks. It's I don't know. It's really enjoyable. The biggest surprise has been the open world stuff. I was like, this is gonna feel weird. I don't know if I'm even gonna care about this. But I was explaining to my friends, I was like, it's honestly just the perfect thing to do while high, because you're kind of just driving around. There's a ton of just like mini challenges to do, and it's like that's how you get all the different costumes and stuff, is by going around and like collecting different stuff. But it's really just like a fun, easy way to pass the time, to do the open world stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't know, it's super fun. I'm a sucker for Mario Kart because, and I could write a fucking thesis on this. Mario Kart, Super Smash, and vaguely-ish Mario Party are the last bastions of the hard difficulty mode on Nintendo products, because
Wow.
all other Nintendo games, like even like Legend of Zelda, the newer ones, they're not hard. Like, they're not super difficult. The earlier ones, when you had like 3 hearts and like you could die from anything,
Even
much
Twilight Princess was so hard.
yeah. I feel like there are just not many mainstream Nintendo games, or even just like Nintendo exclusive games that are difficult. There's not many more. Mario Kart, you put on 150cc, it's difficult.
Mhm.
You put on 200cc, damn near impossible.
They have a 200cc mode.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
No, but the courses are beautiful. Controls are super nice. They made a lot of it's really funny. They made a lot of like quality of life improvements that I instinctually do not like, because I learned how to live with the problems that they were fixing. Like, you no longer have to hold the button to hold an item behind you. It just automatically does it, which has been confusing because I keep accidentally shooting things.
This is why I oppose like student loan forgiveness and stuff. It's like I had to go through it the hard
Oh,
way, so you do too.
Going wide, going wide, going wide.
Holy wide.
Oh my god.
He's
This is
going
why-
wide.
This is why I oppose student loan forgiveness. Holy shit. The last thing I'll say, I think my favorite change about this game is that you no longer go underwater. You ride on top of the water like you're a jet ski.
Whoa,
Because-
that's fun. But also underwater portions of levels were also fun.
no, I hated them.
Oh, that's funny.
I
No,
hate
I
water
hate
levels. Don't you dare.
I'll never forget in the OG Incredibles GameCube game, the first time you had a dash level and you could run on top of the water. It was just
Oh yeah, yeah.
the best.
Ready to get back into it?
Eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Freddy.
yeah.
All right. Jan goes and places himself in front of the statue of Amos. I need to bring us to the other page because that's where my other pictures are.
Before my jump spell runs out, I'll jump down and join him in front of that grand visage.
Oh, he's gonna shoo you away because he said one person per statue there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Get out of here.
My bad, my bad.
Amos. Who notably he still has his sortilege for. He used to have 2 sortileges. One was passed to our good friend Moby. So he'll pray to this and recharge his ability to cast wall spells. However, the other statues are open and available. Odros already used up as well, but this is an opportunity to potentially choose a djinn to grant you favor. And Jan kind of mentioned the fact that since you are all not djinnlings, you won't be able to hold a sortilege in your own winnow, but Moby, you are able to because you are a Genasi. The others are also nobody else is. So you will need to find some
Interesting.
type of vessel or capsule to contain your sortilege within. So food for thought for a future kind of mission is to find yourself a vessel. It can't just be some mere bottle. It needs to have significance, importance, meaning. It needs to be something fancy to keep your sortilege in. And for you, Moby, you can start working on a second sortilege. You can pick a different god to pray to at this
What?
time.
Holy shit. I will start thinking through that. Oh shit.
So options
oh,
are
so cool, so cool, so cool. Okay, cool. Yep, got it. Okay, keep going.
Big Daddy, Adras. And this depiction, and Jan will kind of mention that. And you see our Jay kind of move towards this statue. But I want you guys to make all of you can make a history check real quick when we're looking up at this statue.
Oof, low history. Moby probably knew this, but I don't.
Was my animal handling check a success from before?
Oh, you
10?
get to know because of tactical mind.
Yeah, it doesn't get consumed if he failed.
Oh, yeah, so it was not successful.
Okay.
The only one that succeeded was the 21.
I will use it here then. Wait. Or do I want to save it for
Oh, like a prayer or something else.
ability check? Okay, so yeah, I'll save it. I'll just 11.
History. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. Moritaba and Telemachus are the only ones that noticed this. All other depictions of Adras you have ever seen, he has this sphere kind of behind or kind of above his head. There's always this orb that represents the reliquar, the soul of Jaland, this sun-like object that holds all of Jaland together, creates the calm winds. It is kind of like a symbol of his reign over Jaland. And this depiction of Adras is the only one that you've ever seen. He's holding it in his hand. It's like out in front of him, holding it in his hand, out forwards. The implication of that, you guys did not roll high enough to understand. You did notice that.
Very cool. Very cool.
The second statue that might draw your attention is a series of 5 slightly smaller ones of the other Jinn gods, the ones that had their own kingdoms associated with them. The first the name is Ko-Taj, written underneath. This is the Jinn spirit that is associated with Pyrrhus, the silver winds. The next, Yi Gaven, spirit associated with Gigas, the copper winds. Ru Serena, the Jinn associated with Arco, the golden winds. Gri Altus, the Jinn associated with Parsha and the platinum winds. And finally, the statue whose face has been erased. The name has also been, unfortunately, scratched out as well.
And Jay seems to be primarily fixing his attention on Adras.
Yes, indeed. But not necessarily the first to act.
Yeah, Jan having gone to Amos right away. Jan seems to be deep in prayer, potentially.
Yep, Jan takes a seat and he indicates to you all that this is an opportunity. Gods, or the Jinn, he indicates, are watching this place right now. This would be a good opportunity to seek their guidance and their aid if you wish. Not saying that you need to, but indicating that it is potentially an opportunity to start creating a connection with the Jinn. If you'd like to kind of like see which, learn a little bit more about them, you could make religion checks to see what you know about each of these, or you can kind of just go blindly and see whichever one kind of just speaks to your character.
Moritaba will be pretty quick to act, and will go situate himself in front of Kotaj, Jinn of Pyrrhus, and begin getting ready for prayer there.
I want to ask Jan. Jan, Ithaca goes with where it wills, and I have no allegiance to any wind particularly. Which of these was the most heroic, though?
You're asking that of Jan?
Yeah.
Heroic. Well, it is known that Bruce Serena was one of Adras's most mighty warriors, aided him in battle countless times. The people of Harko themselves are quite interested in challenges of strength, feats of strength. Maybe there is courage in testing yourself. If you're looking for the most courageous, I would go there.
I will be bold, if not strong, and I will go towards that one. Unless, if anyone wanted that one, though, you could kick me out of the way.
Coakley's definitely standing back, not leaning towards anyone, and definitely waiting for everyone else to kind of pick, because he is not leaning towards any specific one, but he's definitely interested. But I think he's waiting for his options to be more limited. before picking one.
Having seen the others all, Jay having been drawn toward Adras, Jan having been drawn toward what I assume is Jeb's father, Amos, Moritaba making a decision, Telemachus being pulled toward heroicism, Coakley, you're lingering back. And then you might glance to the side, and I'm staring directly at you. And I give a head nod. It is your turn.
Oh. Tim, I hate to make you do this, but could you cycle through the pictures of the remaining ones that are still open?
Absolutely. Egaven. From the Silver Winds of Gigas, place of technology, and this is the kingdom that has been described as kind of like a neo-futuristic Japan, kind of like Kamigawa, Neon Dynasty kind of vibe.
Oh, okay.
No need to cycle through the rest.
Yeah, I mean, and then Gri Altos, who is of the kingdom of Uparsha, which is where the plasmoid individuals. They are most notably very, very interested in the game of Skyball. They are a very competitive group of individuals.
Which one did I go to?
Bruce Arena.
You
I wanna see the
Bruce
picture.
Arena, the twin
woof.
of Kotaj.
Okay, thank you.
Kind of like a. This is also associated with the sand genasi, so a very kind of deserty kind of vibe to this gin.
Steve, are you choosing?
Oh yeah, I didn't know if there were any more. I mean, I think more less from a deific perspective and more from a Coakley probably finds something in his gut that's very comforting of a engineering woman, which is why he will probably go to. And I tried to spell the name of it, but I could not get the name of it. Whichever one the Silver Winds technological. Could you spell that for me?
Yes, I gotcha.
Thank you.
You bet.
Mega
Okay. Leaving one statue. Rialtus.
I will respectfully. This action is not done with any disrespect or dismissiveness. But I will look up toward Gri Altus and then change my direction of gaze, and I will leave the sort of central space. And I will walk up to the statue that I know best amongst all of these. The one that looks like my friend Jiri. This depiction of him is somewhat different. He's maybe slightly stronger, more buff, more robust a warrior, and yet it couldn't look closer to my friend. And I look at him, and sort of low under my breath, I say,
Thunderclash.
For so long, I have granted you power, and then you earned my trust. Once I earn your trust here, I ask you to return the favor when you choose. And then I will sort of pull back and say to the group, we need to have a meaningful conversation. Jan, would you like to lead, or shall I?
I would like to hear it from you first, he will say, and he'll nod towards you. I will give you the opportunity bridge the topic with the group.
I will say, Moritaba, my steward, you have done very well in escorting me here this far and helping us make connections with these other individuals who seem quite proficient and competent in their own rights. Coakley, your drive toward discovery and breaching into the unknown. Telemachus, your desperation for heroics. And Jan, you and Jay's knowledge of this world. You have all earned information that I hold, and in my judgment deem you all worthy of knowing. I shall open your eyes to a new dawn. The individual we have been escorting, Moritaba, is aware of this. You have known him as Jay. And I look at Jay, and I seek a moment of acknowledgement and agreement, a nod before I continue.
His hooded and cloaked figure nods at you. Can't ever see his face, but you see a movement of his head downward, indicating proceed.
I look to the statue I'm next to, and I place an arm on whatever portion of the statue I can reach. I know this one's smaller, but still larger than I am. So even if it's just on his boot or some part of making contact with that statue, our companion Jay holds more importance to this world than you could imagine, as does Jan. Jan, I wish for you yourself to reveal your true nature to my companions here. For we have in front of us a grand opportunity to heal this world, bind the winds, protect the denizens of all of Jaland, and restore the throne to its rightful place. And I'll just nod for him to take over from here.
Jan steps forward and he points up to the statue. This one right here. As you may have surmised, my name is not Jan. It was the name I took when I traveled the material plane. My name is Jebulus, but you may call me Jeb from here on out. Long ago, my brothers and I fought against Drakar to reclaim the throne of Jaland, to restore balance and order, brightness and light to our kingdom. But we failed. We were banished. But many years ago, and I have returned, and it is time to attempt what must be done once more. I've come to this land, and at first I thought I would take on this task by myself. The fellowship I established with my brothers failed us. But I've realized I will need companions on this journey. Each of you has a different reason for being here in Jaland, but I can see maybe our destinies here are intertwined. Maybe a group of us could complete and accomplish something that I, myself, and my brothers could not, that Jajiri alone could not. And he kind of looks over at Jay. And he nods at Jay and says, Jay, maybe it is time for you to reveal who you are as well. And Jay will kind of glance over at Moby, at Moritaba, and kind of gauge your reactions.
stalwart, determined expression on Moritaba's face. Encouraging
I fall to
decisiveness.
I fall to a knee and place a hand across my chest.
Jay steps forward and takes off his cloak, revealing his true form for the first time. Very much Gandalf the Grey being revealed as Gandalf the White. He maybe casts a light cantrip on himself as well at the same time. And he announces, "Excellent work, my loyal friends. Yes, indeed, it is I, Jajiri." And he looks at Coakley and at Telemachus to see if there's any acknowledgement in your faces.
Does his breath stink?
I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 3. No, I haven't heard. I'm kind of ignorant, so of the Jin stuff.
Yeah. His eyes are like a light. He's like so excited. He's like, yes, they're gonna like know exactly who I am. And you guys look at him like, who's this guy? And he
I point at the statue. Him?
it
You see
seems as though my
feeling
fame has diminished. My absence from Jaland. It too will be restored along with my powers. Moby, you have upheld yourself, the highest of magnitude, etiquette, and eloquence. Moritaba, your service is to be commended. I know now what we must do. We must create an incredible team of heroes. These two strangers, these creatures that we have met, Telemachus, Coakley, they are perfect. They will help us perform this ritual of effervescence. Jeb, you will join us as well. I must regain my royal galactic enchantments and divine sortileges. I witness you defeat that cursed evil monkey. I realize that your powers are exactly what I need. Moby, you must be my mouthpiece. You will speak with my own authority, with my own voice. Moritaba, your arms will be very useful for carrying things and whatnot. Telemachus,
Amazing.
Telemachus, your skill with a blade and your burgeoning skills as a spell weaver are invaluable. And Coakley, I'm a big fan of the way you punch and kick your way through every obstacle you meet. Will the two of you join us in this ritual tomorrow?
I'm still reeling from that comment, honestly. Like,
And your arms.
seriously, and my backpack.
Jiri and Telperion is now Jiri and Moritaba.
Yeah. Telemachus's face, like if you could see it, is just like so excited. He says, absolutely yes, 100%. This is what I've been waiting for. I went dark, deeper than I meant to, but yes.
Do I like? Does this Jiri look like the Jiri that I once knew, or does he look? I don't even know how to ask that.
Like Aerodon Jury?
Yeah, or like
Uh,
whatever Coakley's Aerodon was. Yeah.
He like similar facial features, right? But he is like the statue. He's big, he's strong, he's buff, right?
Okay. So not
More noble looking than scrawny Jiri that you may have
Gotcha.
recognized if you are an Aerodon individual.
I see no reason to change my course from what was 5 minutes ago. Ritual effervescence does seem like our next goal for our time here on Selkirk.
Excellent. A team of mighty heroes I have already assembled. The first task is completed. Now we must perform this ritual tomorrow. What ritual will we perform? When I battle...
Continue. I'll wait for the right moment to say, my liege, I have a suggestion. But for now, I'll let him command.
He like glances at you and then like silences you maybe instantly. And then he'll continue. When I fought Drakkar myself, I performed the Haka, binding the four winds to strengthen myself. I became the most powerful individual in all of Jaland, rivaling even that of my father at the height of his power. I battled my way through countless storms, through Hurricanus, Drakkar's beast, chaos magic. However, I was weakened. I fought by myself, and by the time I was able to battle through all of Drakkar's minions, he was able to best me. Jan, if I recall correctly, you completed the ritual of Sortolaginus with your brothers, Bentu and Orobi. You bounded 3 of the winds together. But with the Sortolaginus ritual, you were able to bind the people of those kingdoms as well. They fought with you, aiding you in your war against Drakkar. However, only 3 of the kingdoms teaming up together was not enough to defeat Drakkar. We must do more. We must decide which ritual we will perform. And we also must make a plan for how we can bind all of the winds this time. We are to defeat Drakkar. Moby,
Liege,
you had some input.
a suggestion. As your mouthpiece amongst the people when you are not willing or able to speak yourself, we have with us a device. It was suggested that capturing images of various statues would avail us of control on how to steer the narrative of this ritual. I have the following proposal. We record an image of each of the jinn or jinlings that we have selected here today that represent our allegiances and the blessings we carry. We announce your arrival to the populace along with Jeb's return. It has been my experience that a good story can entertain, sure, maybe distract, even pull at the heartstrings. But a great story is a far more powerful thing. It can rally armies, conjure inspiration, transform minds, and harness the chaos within the hearts of those who listen. If we announce your return and state which jinns we already carry the blessings of, certainly we will be able to conduct the ritual. You may conduct the ritual. And I recommend a change. We should still gather the people and the power of the springs at each of the various skylands. We should still empower you and ourselves. But our great mission, we should choose the Umbra. We should heal this land rather than empowering or binding.
It's revealed to the people have to be performed precisely. There are others that wish to perform this ritual. We've seen them in town. Part of our plan must be to wow these individuals when we reveal ourselves and our intent and our mission and our goal. Moritaba. Or excuse me, Moby. You will have to explain and guide them through this tale.
I will do so.
Olympicus, you're gifted with music and words. Maybe you can aid in this storytelling.
I would try.
Oakley.
I have
Part of the
arms.
ritual is to perform somatic components. It's sort of like a dance, but more like a martial art. It will be crucial for that. Moritaba, you will lift me high in the air so that others can see me. I will stand on your shoulders. This ritual is performed.
Fucking incredible.
I love that.
We will do all of these things and more, my liege.
This totem that the individual known as, I've forgotten his name. He was so insignificant. The artist. He is building a totem for us. We must precisely. Jan, you must be on it. And I myself, there's 2 slots. Obviously, Audras should be one of them. We'll have 3 more to decide which Jinn we wish to bring into the ceremony. Which ones we honor when we perform the ritual.
I propose it be the 3 my allies have selected. Rusarina, as I nod toward Telemachus, Yi Gaven, as I nod toward Coakley, and Kotaj, as I nod toward Moritaba. My allegiance is spoken for. And I will stand up and walk towards Jiri.
Who holds that device?
I think I
The magical device for
Yeah.
recording these images. That engineer. You're so insignificant. I've forgotten her name already.
So there's Piker, and then there's
Piker.
Nitmer.
Piker.
There was
Piker.
something like that. Yes.
I will take out the Picto Obscura from a backpack and proffer it for whoever is taking the actual picture.
Quickly. Only you can be trusted to take these images or whatever it is. You are a machine, and this device is a machine. Only you would be able to understand its functioning.
Coakley's head goes like slight tilt.
Yeah, I start tilting my head at like, wait, we just swore allegiance to this dude.
I nod with utter truth. This is it, how it is.
And I will take, because Moby, if I remember correctly, you said basically taking a picture of each of them that we have sworn allegiance to, or we're swearing allegiance to.
Yep, I think so. So 6 slots, Adras, Jiri, Jan, and then the 3 Jinn gods you guys selected.
I will use the Picto Obscura to the best of my ability to get to a good vantage point and take 6 pictures of the statues that we are standing in front of.
You use up all the charges in the Picto Obscura.
There are 6 charges, right?
Yep.
Yes. Then yeah.
Excellent work, Coakley. I knew you'd be a formidable opponent for that task.
Incredible.
Now, when we return to town, I must redon my disguise. Moby, you will continue to be my voice.
As you will.
I must wait until it is the opportune moment to reveal myself to the people. And awe them with our magnificence. Each one of you will need to deck yourself out in a fabulous outfit for this ritual. You must look amazing. You must look at our best. Your task tonight, and some good garb to wear. And this ritual we will perform, the ritual of healing, the Umbra. What say you all? Can we agree to this ritual?
I look to the three of you since it was my proposal in the first place.
Moby, when you
I-
mention, I'll go really quick. Moby, when you mention healing the land, is there a specific affliction you have in mind? I know that we fought the demon in the Kieran Kieran bath or whatever it is, or is it more just generally ridding the land of the curses? And are you speaking specifically of Selkirk or of the entirety of Jaland? I want to make sure I'm understanding what we're doing.
Moby will have a moment of realization that, oh, because of the way I'm navigating this world, I need to be careful with how I'm motivating you guys. Flashes through my mind think of the world state I'm facilitating with my Jiri's help, and
Mhm.
then the identity crisis going on with my friend Jiri of who is he anymore? Who does he want to be? I chose healing because I want to heal him. I want to facilitate his growth and healing, almost like this whole thing is a therapy session for my friend. And then I realize, oh, literally in this world, what are we healing? And I think of the darkness growing ever stronger to the south. I don't know how I would say south, but where Drakar holds rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has grown unnoticed for years. Perhaps it does not afflict every citizen's life every day, but it will. And now, in the ongoing events of chaotic amber winds that threaten to further shake the status quo, healing will be required.
I appreciate the guidance, and I do think preventive measures such as that are good to put in place against growing nuisances.
Interesting thought too. The spine. That's where we are of Selkirk. I remember the story that my father told long ago. This kingdom was once called Mortis, not the spine. I wonder if we could heal this kingdom, restore it with this ritual. Return the people, the Ashkenazi, the Hayawaka. Return them, give them back their kingdom. Would certainly gain us their allegiance.
Very wise, my lord.
Moritaba, what were you gonna say?
Moritaba will, speak up and say, Great Jebulus, Jeb, you and your brothers, whatever the circumstances were, something happened when you were expunged to the material plane. Whether it's directly linked or not, my people found their way here. I do not know if this was for good or for worse, but I know it is where I find myself, and this is the only home I have known. And so, with my knowledge and your experience of the type of ruler Drakar would be, I fear for my kind's place here in the winds. And I too would like to expunge him so as to heal this place, so that my kind might find a more welcome place to live.
In the material plane, I learned much of your people. Though my memories of that place have faded since I've returned, they feel like a dream. I can't quite grasp my time there. I do recall that your people were quite adaptive. It seems as though your people have Since you've arrived here, you have adapted well to this new world. It would be an honor to have you along with us, Oritaba. We could definitely use your skills, your competence in battle. I've seen much from you. It'd be an honor to travel with you to Jaland, to rid us of Jadrakar. But it is a long ways off. For now, we must figure out how we are going to unite kingdoms against Jadrakar. It will take us a long time to journey to each of the kingdoms to perform these rituals. A binding, of power, of healing, whichever one we decide. It will take a lot. It will take a long time for us to accomplish this task, but the first ritual is upon us tomorrow. We should head back to town and rest and prepare ourselves. Jiri, you should don your disguise once again, as will I, and we should speak of these matters more tonight. Let's say we head back to Selkirk and rest.
I haven't said my piece yet, and I could wait to say it, or I could say it now before we leave the statues.
Telemachus, your wisdom would be greatly appreciated. What say you?
If we are a concert making music, then I fear I might be causing discord by making my part greater, but I don't agree with healing. It is not why I left my home. The Kirin have been healing this land for many years. And what has that gotten them but to be victims? I left to increase my own capacity and find myself. Knowing myself through testing my skills and courage and growing. And so I sought the power of the Haka, or the empowering. But I know very little of all of these matters, except that I'm one ignorant and small, and wish to be more. So I will not say we should change this council, but I will just offer that. And the last thing that Mike will add, that he wants to cause Critter to connect, is Telemachus has no idea, but I think the similarities for what you described are really interesting. Of Telemachus wants to grow and know himself and doesn't need healing, but needs experience and empowerment. And I think of Jiri as the new sprite, the OG Jiri, or our Jiri, as like someone who maybe doesn't need healing as much as newness and empowerment and like, you know, watering and growth. So just to like, Telemachus has no idea of the big matters. So in truth, his argument is like selfish, but I think it is an interesting like thing that you would
100%.
catch as a parallel that he doesn't even know he's presenting.
And I think right now it's very Inception moment of like, in this moment, I'm feeling an instinctual like rebuttal or, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the most important person to my existence. Almost, how dare you? And like, I'm going to be dismissive of that now internally. And yet it is a seed that has been planted. That's cool that we can flesh out while we move forward. Very fun.
John will say, definitely something to take into consideration. We don't need to make our decision today, or right now. We will need to make it prior to the ritual. I believe it will be important for us to be all on the same page for this, performing the same ritual together. We wouldn't want to create disruptive harmony in this ritual. So we should all reflect upon Telemachus's words and decide tonight what we think is best. Think upon it while we return to Selkirk. Is there anything else left to be said? Any other opinions on the matter?
Not here, and I just hold my new big rock that I haven't gotten to explore yet.
We'll probably pause there then. We're just about at 3, so
Hell yeah.
you guys will kind of head back to Selkirk.
I imagine we'll stop by Tenant Mers.
Yeah, that's a pretty important piece.
Show him
Is
what the car-
yeah. And I don't know if that needs to be RP'd in session next time, but in general, yeah, it would be great to stop by and sort of give him those captured images to start working on.
Yep.
Because
So we'll accomplish that next time.
Okay.
We'll pause here. The Quarry of the Kings.
Bueno.
Warrior of the Kings. Ye